Hey everyone, it's Taylorverse and welcome back to our little Alice in Wonderland thing. Ikemen Revolution, that's what it's called. The White Rabbit pulled a map out of his bag, opening it before me. Cradle is a military state ruled by two armies, the Red Army and the Black Army. Poor Alice fell into a military state? That's terrible. The West is ruled by the Red Army, while the East is ruled by the Black. We are currently in the Central Quarter, an area sandwiched between Red and Black territory, which functions as the country's political and economic hub. The place where you were captured is called the Garden. This is where Cradle's most powerful figures gather for debates and trials. Everyone except for high-ranking army officials and myself, the official record keeper, are forbidden from entering. That explains why Jonah treated me like some criminal and tried to arrest me. Precisely. The highest ranking of both Red and Black armies are called the Chosen 13. The highest rank is King, followed by Queen, Jack, and 10. The lowest is Ace. Though the Ace is technically the lowest in rank, they're often in charge of unusual assignments, putting them in a different league than the others. It sounds just like how most card games work. Cradle must be a peaceful place if all your bureaucratic business gets taken care of at a garden tea party. Oh, fuck me. Oh! Cradle's about as far from peaceful as you can get. Conflict between the Red and Black armies has been raging on for over 500 years now. How are they able to run the country when neither side gets along? Well, the thing is, they decided to go to war at tonight's council. Things are going from bad to worse. I was running late for tonight's council since I was to attend to in your world. It was during my brief absence that the two sides declared war. I was just as surprised as you are now. Surprised? Just surprised? How could you say that when your country is on the verge of destruction? Well, I appreciate all you've done for me. I can't stay in a place like this. Could you please tell me how to get back to London? Did you see the hole in the garden? That's how our two worlds are connected. All you have to do is bring something from the Land of Reason with you and jump into the hole. That'll take you right back home. You mean the hole with the light shining into it? Yes, I remember it. Everything I'm wearing is from home, so I should be able to get right back in no time. It's not your clothes that will be problematic. The hole's open for just a few hours the night of the full moon. In other words, it's already closed off. All you can do is wait until the next full moon. You mean I'm stuck here for a whole month? But I have work tomorrow. Whoa. The carriage came to an abrupt halt, stopping me from protesting any further. Open the door, Blanc. We're looking for that girl Taylor. Who could that be? He doesn't sound like Jonah. The Red Army has figured out I was the one who saved you, and is here to give us an official greeting. So much for our escape. Get out of the carriage and this will all be over. I'm really not in the mood to pull you out myself. Come on, Alice. Following the White Rabbit's lead, I nervously followed him out of the carriage. Two men riding horses towered above us. Sorry, Blanc. Beauty and the Beast sent us to find her. You'll be coming with us, Alice. Beauty and the Beast? What? Now everyone is calling me Alice just because I fell from London. It's very unbecoming for two gentlemen such as yourselves to intimidate and frighten a young woman like this. Then allow me to apologize if we frightened you. That was surprisingly easy. He's not stubborn like Jonah at all. The two men alighted their horses and walked over to me. I am the Ace of Hearts 0. Our Queen Jonah wishes to meet you. And I am the 7 of Hearts, Kyle. Nice to meet you. Look, if you really want to avoid him that much, I'll make up some excuse for you. He will? Yes. No, Kyle, we're here on official orders. Orders which I intend to follow through with. Whatever, I'm a doctor, not a soldier. Just because I'm in this army doesn't mean I'm going to blindly follow everything I'm told. I was a fool to bring you along, Kyle. At any rate, Taylor, Jonah absolutely needs to speak with you. He promised not to be as rough as he was when you first met. He's been looking me straight in the eyes this entire time. It doesn't seem like he's lying or covering anything up. Taylor, if you don't have any reservations, it might be best if you go along with them. Don't tell me you're on their side now, too. Of course not. As record keeper, my job is to keep an accurate log of this country's happenings. I don't get in the middle of political affairs. I'm sad our time together has to end so soon, but I trust Kyle and 0. Whether you decide to trust them is up to you, Taylor. What do you say? It's not as if I'm exactly in a position to refuse, but then again, maybe if I explain everything that happened to Jonah, he'll stop coming after me? Alright, I'll go to meet Jonah, but only if you promise to let me go when everything's over. It's a promise. I like humans like you, who are quick to make up their minds. Come along. Humans? That's an odd way of putting things. 0 firmly grasped me in his strong arms, lifting me up onto his horse. Hold on tight, Taylor. Okay. Yeah, you'd better not let go of 0. I don't like dealing with patients outside of office hours. Be careful, Taylor. I'll come for you shortly. Ooh, it's the pretty sky again. I watched the white rabbit grow smaller in the distance until I could no longer see him waving me off. Two lurking figures watched quietly from the shadows as Taylor disappeared into the dark of the night. First, the two armies go head-to-head, then Alice II appears. This is turning out to be an interesting night. Oh, his name is Loki! Yeah, and this new girl is really pretty, too. Oh, I love the Cheshire cat. I hope they don't make him out to be an asshole. First, horse over the Joker. The panicked look in her eyes was adorable. It made me want to steal her away. Loki, Genetta, the Cheshire cat. And that's of no importance to me. With all these new developments, we won't be able to stay in the central quarter for much longer. Yep. With you being an outlaw and me being more or less the same, sounds like a good call. The two men nodded in unison before pulling their hoods over their heads. Let's get out of here. Aw, he's an outlaw. He's so cute, though. It's adorable. There was a bright flash of blue light, and the two men began to fade away. Right before they disappeared, Loki's half-moon smile appeared. Oh! Things are about to get a lot more interesting around here. I wish they made it so it wasn't his whole body and it was just his little half-moon smile. Oh, they make the fucking night sky so pretty. After riding through the town, crossing a large bridge, and passing through a sleepy little village, we finally arrived at a large manor. We're here. This is the Red Army's headquarters. Wait here while I go get Jonah. Okay. That was exhausting. I'm going off to grab a nightcap. Kyle, you need to report to Jonah first. You there, gate guard. Make sure you keep an eye on her. Yes, sir. Zero and Kyle left me alone with the guard, and I began to worry about how my reunion with Jonah would play out. There's no way things will go well if Jonah's involved. I hope I'll be okay. Was that a complaint about Queen Jonah I just heard? Oh, please forgive me. I didn't realize I'd said that out loud. So you did complain about Queen Jonah. You're in for a world of trouble now. Just for that? I'm sure I'm not the first one to say that before. Shut up, you impudent fool. How dare you insult our Queen of Hearts? The guard loomed over me, a sinister look in his eyes, as he cracked his knuckles. Oh no. How am I going to get out of this one? Hey, you! Won't you pick on someone your own size? Get away from her. The two men grabbed the guard by the arms and quickly pulled him away from me. These two must be from the Black Army. Oh, you poor thing. That must have been terrifying. Seth Hyde, 10 of spades. Oh, that's funny, too. Black is my favorite color out of these, and spades is my favorite, suit. I don't know why. It's weird to have a favorite suit of cards, but I like spades. Don't leave our side unless you want to get yourself into even more trouble. Luca Clements, Jack of Spades. Thanks for saving me. I feel like I've seen the guy on the left somewhere before. He has delicate features just like a porcelain doll. Kinda looks like the Queen, but the black version. The guy on the right has a completely different vibe than anyone else I've met here. He almost reminds me of one of my girlfriends from home. Get your hands off me. Uh-oh. The guard managed to pull himself free from the two soldiers' grasp and sprinted off towards the barracks. The Black Army has come in attack. Ring the alarm. Form ranks. This can't be good. So much for sneaking in, Seth. You can say that again, Luca. I feel terrible. You two are in such a mess now because of me. Don't worry about it, sweetie. Do you really think we'd let some smelly old guard treat you that way? This isn't the time to chat. If you want to come with us, come. Thanks. I don't want to wait around to find out how Jonah might react to this incident. With Seth and Luca on either side, we ran towards the gates with all our might. Ha! Those dopes think they can escape our entire army. Oh, nice! We got shot at. Yikes. The enemy soldiers scattered as a shower of bullets pierced the sky with a thunderous roar. A man stood atop the gated entrance with a satisfied look on his face as he held up two pistols. Did you really think I'd let you two have all the fun? I'm part of this now, too. So many people. Fenrir! Another ally. Ace of Spades. Take the girl and get out of here. Yes, sir. Don't let them escape. Looks like it's going to be a good hunt tonight. off. Have to keep up, I panted as we continued to run farther from the gates. I turned back to see a rainbow shower of bullets. The air was filled with the sounds of fighting, gunfire, and Fenrir's laughing. I like the name Fenrir. I'm glad Fenrir saved us, but I think he might be completely insane. Fenrir, you can stop now. We're safe now, so cut it out. Sure, whatever you say. Fenrir holstered his pistols and jumped down from the gates. I could see through billows of smoke and dust that every last red soldier had been downed. Did you really kill all of them? I guess you could say I killed their careers as soldiers. Fenrir uses a gun equipped with bullets made from magic crystals. One hit and the enemy is off to dreamland. Why am I not surprised? Of course he's using magic bullets. You were in a heap of trouble back there. The name's Fenrir Godspeed. Pleased to meet you. I'm Taylor. Taylor, would you mind lifting your chin a bit? My chin? Okay. Fenrir took a long look at my face before pulling a handkerchief out of his pocket and wiping my cheek. Is something wrong? You had a bit of ash on your face. Oh, thanks. He seemed a bit off the rails at first, but maybe that's just how he is in battle. He was quite the gentleman just now. It was difficult wrapping my head around how these two strikingly different personalities belonged to the same person. Stop hogging all of her attention, Fenrir. And let us introduce ourselves, too. I'm the Ten of Spades, Seth, and this cutie is Blackjack, Luca. I can already tell we're going to be the best of friends, Taylor. Now's not the time to be talking about friendship. The enemy's approaching. Again? I glanced back to see a sea of red soldiers coming straight toward us from the barracks. How many of them could there be? You just had to go and show your way through the Red Army, didn't you? Berserkers are so classless. Oh, come on. You ought to be thanking me for saving our butts back there. Shut up, you two. We're running. Now. The trio continued their bickering until we clambered into their carriage. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. I think you're going to be hearing me saying that everything's beautiful and making us stop the story to look at the pretty scenery a lot in this. But look at it. It's just so perfectly blended and oh, the colors are so vibrant. Oh, if I could put that sunrise on my fucking eyelid. Oh. The sky on the east burned a bright crimson as we took off into the night. I opened my eyes to the soft rays of sun filtering in through the window. The longest night of my life was finally over. We pulled up to the town square in the central quarter and were greeted by a line of soldiers from the Black Army. There must be hundreds of soldiers lined up. Serious? Glad you're back in one piece, but why did you bring Taylor back with you? Nice to see you again so soon, Taylor. Ray, serious? You have no idea how relieved I am to be back here. No sooner had I spoken than Fenrir and the others' expression quickly turned to surprise. Taylor, you already know our king and queen? Talk about a small world, huh? Ray and Sirius are the king and queen of spades. I had no idea they were so important. You're really good at popping up at the worst time possible. That's not my intention, but we can chat later. The enemy is approaching. The thunderous sound of hooves grew louder and louder. It sounds like the Red Army has brought hundreds of troops. 4 men led the perfectly synchronized battalion of soldiers clad in red and white, I think it said. Jonah was there, his expression icy as ever. Edgar with his uncomfortably soft smile, unbefitting of the tense situation at hand. Then there was Zero, sizing up with a calculated gaze, and after him Kyle, who seemed completely uninterested in the entire affair. Something big is about to happen. What the heck is this about? Well, you see, we had a little run-in, so to speak, with the Red Army at the gates to their barracks. Seriously, do I need to send you all back to school to take Recon 101 again? There you go with that salty face. I don't know why you're so upset. If you really thought nothing was going to happen, then why did you come here with so many men? The Reds have been waiting 500 years for an excuse to strike, and they finally found their reason. It's just like Blanc said, war really is about to begin. The Red Army's march finally came to a stop, and the two sides stood facing each other. I'm quite impressed. I wasn't expecting the Black Army to send its leader out to welcome us. You took that girl who was under our charge, and then had the audacity to attack. Explain yourselves. You almost had me fooled into thinking you were a victim there for a minute. Twist the truth too much, and your face might end up that way too. Say that once more, and you'll rue the day you were born. How dare you insult our queen? Indignant cries of anger rippled through the Red Army until silence! We're almost done with the fucking prologue! I think I'm just gonna continue this video until we're done with the fucking prologue. The furious cries instantly ceased, and the red troops parted down the middle, allowing a single man to pass. Bow down to the King of Hearts, Lancelot. May glory run crimson through our veins. May glory run crimson through our veins. Lancelot Kingsley, King of Hearts. So this is the King of Hearts. His presence is powerful, to say the least. My proud men, there is no need to draw your swords. The King of Hearts waved his hand, and his eyes flashed red. The fuck? What's happening? Weapons held by the Black Army soldiers floated up into the air, then dissolved before our very eyes. Did he just use magic? How did he do that without a magic crystal? Ugh, there our boss goes again, overdoing it with the magic. It looks like we've skipped right over the threaten your enemy stage. You think that's all it takes to stop us? Come on. We've been waiting for this battle for 500 years. He's right. Leaders of the past may have put this battle off, but the time has come for us to fight. An excellent summation, Zero. Well done. If you're thinking of surrendering, now is the time. I hope you heard that, Luca. Did somebody say something? Because all I heard was a gust of hot air. It really does look like a war is brewing. Caught between the Black and Red armies in a conflict far beyond my understanding, there was nothing I could do but stand there and worry. Lance, call this off. Don't speak as if we're friends, Queen of Spades. I have a message for the Black Army. From this day forth, you have been absorbed into my Red Army. I have a message for the Red Army. Quit spouting nonsense. In that case, I'll just have to dissolve every last one of you. The King of Hearts' eyes flashed crimson again. No, I can't let this happen. Please stop. Oh? My cry faded into nothingness, and so did the King of Hearts' magic. Did I just deflect his spell? So, Jonah's report was true. Alice the Second really has appeared. Just be warned, Alice. I consider anybody who gets in my way an enemy. Stop making stuff up as you go. Her name is Taylor, not Alice. Ray stepped in between me and the King of Hearts, his broad shoulders protecting me from Lancelot's gaze. A moment later, a carriage violently pulled up before us. That'll do, gentlemen. I don't know what you think you're doing, pulling a stunt like this so early in the morning. Don't you know people live here? The White Rabbit came, but who is that little boy with him? It's the cute little Mad Hatter. We've met him already. The White Rabbit exited the carriage and walked to the open space between both armies, calling out in an uncharacteristically severe voice. The central quarter is a neutral zone. Any and all forms of combat is strictly prohibited here. The entire country of Cradle will be put at risk if you destroy its economic and political center. After a long moment of silence, the King of Hearts finally spoke up, his voice nearly a growl. Let it be known, this is the only time I'll humor the requests of the record keeper. Troops fall back. I'm glad that's over. I can't leave without giving you something to fret over, Alice. What's that supposed to mean? I'll have you under my command soon enough, and you'll learn to enjoy serving me. I hope you look forward to it as much as I am. Jonah's words sent chills down my spine. But things were only about to get worse. Alice, I doubt it will be long until I see you again, but until then, enjoy what little time you have left of your life. The King of Hearts turned around, his cape billowing behind him as he left. Weird threats aside, I don't know if I was imagining it or not, but he almost looked sad just now. But the King of Hearts never turned back as he and his troops faded off into the west. At any rate, I'm glad we're out of danger, though I wish I hadn't ended up becoming an enemy of the Red Army. So, you really are from the land of reason, Taylor? You have as many piercings as me on my ear. Yeah. Yes, I am. It wasn't my intention to come here, but now I'm stuck until the next full moon. That is, if I can stay alive until then. I bit my lip as dread began to set in, until the kind warmth of someone's hand on my shoulder brought me back. Don't worry, we'll make sure you find your way home. Thank you, Sirius. Welcome to the Black Army, sweetie. Everything's a bit messier now than when we first met, but I think you'll find yourself at home. I'm one of you now? What do you think you're doing, Seth? I think it's a fine idea. It's gotta be 100 times better than having to go live with the Reds. Are you sure it's okay for an outsider to live with you? I wouldn't want to cause you any trouble. Let's cut a deal, Taylor. That will help both of us survive in this world. What kind of deal? Your ability to deflect magic is just what we need. If you promise to help us when we need you, I promise we'll keep you safe. A symbiotic relationship between myself and the Black Army. I looked into Ray's dark eyes and considered my options for a moment. I'm pretty sure this is the best chance I have at ever getting home. Ray, I accept. Good. Soldiers, I want you to pledge under the honor of the Black Army that you will protect Taylor. The soldiers immediately stood up straight in a salute. Freedom soars on raven wings. Taylor, you're officially a member of the Black Army now. Let's make it fun, yeah? I can't believe they were willing to take me in as one of them so quickly. I promise not to let any of you down. And it's the same. The Black Army retreated in the opposite direction the Red Army marched off to. In just one night, you've become a major player in the war. White Rabbit, I'm so happy to see you. I'll do everything I can to help you out. I live in the Central Corridor, so come by whenever you need anything. I can't believe you're willing to let such a dangerous woman into our house. You didn't even ask how I felt before offering. Oliver. Oliver! You know it's not polite to speak about a lady that way. You think I care? Oliver Knight, the Mad Hatter. Oliver! It's nice to meet you, Oliver. I hope we can become good friends. Don't treat me like a baby, you idiot. The only cute thing about this kid is his looks. He's not the first person here who's had the gall to call me an idiot either. Oliver shrugged his shoulders and glanced at me with his strangely adult-looking face before returning to the carriage. Though it's quite a relief your safety has been guaranteed, something even worse seems to have transpired. Something worse? What could possibly be worse? Everyone from the Black Army really seems to like you. And there are rumors somebody from the Red Army wants to tempt you into joining their side as well. It's highly likely that some unforeseen difficulties may arise between you and a certain someone. Maybe even myself and Oliver. What do you mean, unforeseen difficulties? Listen, well, Taylor, if you want to make it home, there's one kind of magic you must not fall under the spell of. It's the strongest, oldest magic in this land. Love. Love? Strictly speaking, love on its own doesn't constitute magic. But what I just told you wasn't just some silly metaphor about life, either. Only tragedy awaits for those who fall in love with somebody from a different world. Your dream to return to London will remain nothing more than that, a dream. If you are serious about going back home, then you must remain constantly vigilant. I've never really had feelings for anybody before, but even so, I doubt anyone can fall in love in just 1 month. In spite of my doubts, I found myself thinking back to all that had happened since the night before. I met so many people in just one night. Some were kind, while others were scary or even powerful. Don't worry about me, White Rabbit. I'm the last person you'll catch falling in love. I want to return home and get back to my job as soon as possible, and that's what's bringing me true joy in life. If that's what you say, Taylor. And just don't forget about that goal, no matter what happens. I do hope your dream will come true. I smiled and gave the White Rabbit a small curtsy before running to catch up with the Black Army. Little did I know then that I was about to fall in love with someone from Cradle, the country shrouded in magic and mystery that had become my new home. 30 days remained until the next full moon. I finished reading the prologue. Choose a route. Who piques my interest? Oh no. Well, that's a decision for later. Oh, they're on cards. How cute. Oh, we shall choose a route in the next episode. If you like what I do, then subscribe. It's free, and everything's better when it's free. And ring that bell to be notified when I make a new video. If you have any suggestions, then leave it in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys!